Alright, hello guys, how's everything going? Today I've written down this text about the English language and something about its origins, something very basic. But I did it in order to, you know, like mm, share with you a different video in order to show you the importance of reading the language that you want to learn. Okay, so this is going to be a very basic and simple video just to show you how what you gotta focus on when you are reading in the language that you want to learn. Okay, just to show you a little bit about that. Okay, the importance of that. So I wrote this text right here, and I wrote these tips to take into account when it comes to reading. Okay, so let's start. The English language, with its rich history and global influence, stands as one of the most widely spoken and important languages in the world today. Well, that's something that everyone knows, right? It follows. Originating from the Germanic tribes that migrated to England in the early medieval period, English has undergone centuries of evolution, absorbing influences from Latin, French, and other languages. Well, I would like to point out here that the English is a very interesting language due to the fact that it has many different influences from many other languages. Languages that have been historical, that have been changed throughout the history a lot. Because as you may know, English language has not been the same with the same grammatical structures since the beginning. It has changed a lot. Okay, maybe in the future I will be doing some videos about it in order to show you what has changed about the language. Okay, because that's quite interesting. Okay, so now we are here. Let me show you. We are here. So one of the remarkable aspects of English is its global reach. It serves as a primary or secondary language in many countries, making it the lingua franca of international business, diplomacy, science, and technology. The widespread use of English as a global communication tool has led to its status as a truly global language, connecting people across continents and cultures. Well, here I want to point out as well that due to the importance of this language, of English language, many business, many enterprises and global business have been made in English. It is considered as a basic uh, language for communicate people around the world. Okay, so that's why it is important to know how to speak English. Okay, guys, and I hope uh, this channel may help you. Okay, with these videos. So let's follow. The flexibility and adaptability of English are evident in its ability to absorb and incorporate new words and expressions. That's something that's quite remarkable, guys, because it is quite true. It incorporates many new words and expressions, because in the next videos we'll see how many phrasal verbs that are in English, and not all of them have translations to Spanish. Okay, so let's say it in another words. It's just like this language has more words than Spanish in a certain way. Okay, so it says this dynamic nature allows the language to stay relevant and responsive to the changing needs of its speakers. The Oxford English Dictionary, for example, continually updates its entries to reflect the evolving lexicon of the language. And that's completely true, guys. This language is every day changing, evolving, and that's good. I mean, it is evolving at the same time people is doing it. Okay, so it is very different to the Spanish language, because in Spanish you have always like the same words, like the same grammar rules and stuff like that. Okay, but in English it tends to change more than in Spanish. Okay, English has a vast vocabulary with over 1 million words, and its syntax allows for a high degree of precision and nuance in expression. The language's ability to convey complex ideas has contributed to its dominance in academic, scientific, and artistic discourse. Well, I wrote this because in certain way English has like a certain dominance in academical articles, scientific articles, and like publications regarding different academical matters, right? But I gotta say here that it's not always like that, because in Spanish we have many, many other, many other, like materials, important, important materials in Spanish. So let's remember that Spanish has some of the most vast scientific articles and literature. So that's something that to take into account. Okay, guys. Well, let's continue. Many of the world's most influential literary works, scientific publications, and technological innovations are produced and disseminated in English. Just watch or read Shakespeare, guys. That's like the best example about it. Despite its global prevalence, English exhibits significant regional variations. Different dialects and accents have emerged in various English-speaking communities, adding diversity and flavor to the language. This diversity is reflected not only in pronunciation but also in vocabulary, spelling, and grammatical nuances. Language is a powerful tool for cultural expression, and English is no exception. Sorry guys if I sometimes repeat some words, but it's just to show you that it is not that bad if you do it, because when you are reading to learn another language, I'm learning it too, man. I mean, guys, I'm gonna be, like frank with you. I cannot say I know English perfectly. I'm still learning it, and this channel is to learn together. Okay, so I just want to show you the importance of reading in the language that you want to learn, because it obligates you to repeat the words, to search for the meaning of certain words, for the context, to understand the context of what you are reading, and all of that helps you a lot. Okay, so let's continue. We were, I think, here. It has absorbed and retained elements of the cultures it has encountered throughout history, contributing to its richness and diversity. English literature, from the works of Shakespeare to contemporary novels, reflects the cultural tapestry of the language. As a constantly evolving linguistic entity, English remains at the forefront of the technological innovation and communication. The internet, social media, and other digital platforms have accelerated the spread of English, facilitating instantaneous global communication and collaboration. Just take a look at the origins of internet. Guys, the origin of internet was completely in English, guys. You may look for biographies and contents and academic material in internet, and the most part of it in English, guys. So that's why it's important. That's another reason to learn English, guys. In conclusion, the English language's journey from its roots in medieval England to its current status as a global lingua franca is a testament to its adaptability, versatility, and enduring influence. Its impact on global communication, culture, and knowledge dissemination is profound, and it continues to shape and be shaped by the dynamic world in which it exists. Well, that was the text that I did for you. Now I want to show you here some tips to take into account in order to get the better of reading in the language that you are learning, okay? First of all, guys, always remember to read what you like. I mean, to learn English by reading is not mandatory to read, like boring texts and books. It's not necessary. You can read what you like, okay? Secondly, it's not necessary to start reading English classics. As I said before, if you do not like literature or classic literature, English classics, just like the books of the Shakespeare books, it's not mandatory. But it would be quite good to take a look at those books, okay? Of course, we have discipline. Guys, you can be good at reading, but if you don't do it every day, if you don't do it with the frequency that's mandatory in order to learn a new language, it would be quite, like a waste of time. Read what you have read in another language. For example, if you are a Spanish native speaker and you've read many books, you can look for those books, but in English, because you already have like an idea of what those books are about, right? So that would be quite good. That would like enhance the process of learning, guys. Now we have focus on general contexts and not word by word. I think I just said it above here while I was reading, but I want to repeat it, guys, because this is very important. When you are reading a text in English, it's necessary to understand that you do not have to translate or look in the dictionary the meaning of that word and the next one and the next one and so on. It doesn't work like that. You gotta understand like the overall context, okay? So for example, here in this paragraph, it is not necessary to look in the dictionary word by word if you do not understand every single word. You gotta read all the paragraph, look for certain words that you consider like as essential in order to get the meaning, the general meaning, and then you can understand like the general idea. Then if you want to, and you should, look for every single word, but just to get the details, okay? But nevertheless, what it's really important is to get the general meaning, okay? And finally, we have read different content. We know that maybe some of us really like to read about certain content, but if you give yourself the opportunity to read, like different kinds of books and other topics, you will increase the way, or you will accelerate the academical process to learn in order to learn the language, okay? So that I think those are the 6 tips to take into account when it comes to read English, okay, guys? I think that's all. Hope to see you soon, guys. I will be uploading more videos. Really hope this is helpful for you, or just to orientate a little bit about the learning process. So that's it. Thank you, guys. See you next time.